Hey, in this video, we are going to show you the top 10 best things to do in New York. So before starting this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Let's get started. New York is an incredible city to explore. It's a hive of activity, buzzing with life, culture, and loads of foodie haunts to fill up at. That being said, with all these best things to do in New York, it can be hard to prioritize just a few of the best areas of the city. Now you can see a lot in a day in New York, or even take a day trip from New York. Number 1. Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. The top spot on this list may not be a surprise, but there's no doubt that both of these attractions are a must when you're in New York. The Statue of Liberty is a symbol not just of New York, but of America. And Ellis Island represents our nation too. After all, almost half of Americans can trace their ancestry back to this one island. There are many options for viewing the statue from a harbor, but I recommend taking the time to go to Liberty Island to see it up close. You can visit the Statue of Liberty Museum and climb the pedestal for incredible views. From there, it's a quick ferry ride over to Ellis Island to explore the Immigration Museum and learn more about this gateway to America. Number 2. Broadway. The theater district is home to over 40 Broadway theaters, which is why New York offers some of the best live theaters on the planet. Whether it's a new musical, the latest smash hit, or the long-running classic, seeing a Broadway show transports you out of your seat and into a new reality. That's the magic of Broadway. One of our guides shared lots of great insider tips for exploring the area in our Broadway behind-the-scenes blog post. He has a few suggestions for tickets, but know that although prices may be steep, there are ways around it. For example, you can visit the TKTS booth in Times Square or sign up with TodayTix for discounts on the go. Number 3. Brooklyn Bridge. Walking the Brooklyn Bridge is an easy, fun adventure and the perfect excuse to visit Brooklyn. The views are unparalleled, and the bridge itself is a wonder to experience on its own. If you want the best views, start off on the Brooklyn side and walk towards Manhattan. It keeps the view in front of you and starts you off with fewer crowds. This gives you more of an opportunity to relax and enjoy the scenery. Number 4. Central Park. There's nothing that beats a sunny day in Central Park. Definitely save this one for a nicer day. Rainy weather doesn't allow you to truly enjoy the beauty that is essentially New York's backyard. Take a stroll through the Ramble, pay tribute at Strawberry Fields, go skating at Wollman Rink, picnic in Sheep's Meadow. You have plenty of options, and you'll see other New Yorkers out here doing the same. Visiting Central Park is a great way to get a glimpse of authentic NYC life. While rain might get in the way of a good time at the park, don't let cold weather stop you. Central Park in the snow is classic New York fun, and ice skating here in winter is magical. Number 5. Little Italy in Chinatown. One of the many wonderful things about New York is its diversity, and that is what you'll experience when you visit Little Italy in Chinatown. The best part? These two completely different neighborhoods are right next door to each other. That's the beauty of New York. You get to enjoy two equally fascinating, but totally different neighborhoods within mere blocks of one another. Lots of people visit both these neighborhoods on the same trip. We do this for our neighborhood tour, adding in Soho as well. Since they're so close, you can get a taste of each in under an hour. Of course, you can stay a lot longer if you want to have lunch or dinner here. Little Italy has seemingly endless options for pasta, pizza, and pastries, plus a few annual celebrations that bring the neighborhood to life. Number 6. Metropolitan Museum of Art. New York is chock full of fascinating historical museums, but the Metropolitan Museum of Art manages to stand out among the others. It's the largest art museum in the United States and among the top visited museums in the world. The permanent collection alone has over 2 million works. Its halls are filled to the brim with art and culture, so you can spend a day here and not see it all. Though in this guide to the Met, we try to cover everything you should see while you're here. The Metropolitan Museum of Art is also conveniently located in Central Park, so it's near another must-visit attraction on this list. Number 7. Grand Central Terminal. Arguably one of the most beautiful buildings in all of New York, Grand Central has come a long way from its opening in 1913. About 3/4 of a million people pass through this place each day. making it one of the biggest and busiest stations in the entire world. Its size is impressive, but its architecture is worth admiring too. The highlight is the main concourse ceiling, which soars 125 feet above you, showcasing a mural of gold leaf constellations. Be sure to take some time to stop outside, as the facade of the building is equally beautiful, a standout among the shiny, modern towers of Midtown. Number 8. The High Line. One of New York's most unexpected attractions is tucked away on the west side of Manhattan. It winds back and forth along 10th Avenue and soars 30 feet above the ground. Welcome to the High Line. The park was completed in 2016, so it's fairly new to the tourist circuit, and honestly, still not on most tourist travel itineraries. Stretching from Gansevoort Street in the Meatpacking District all the way up to 34th Street, the park is built on a former industrial railroad. As you walk up and down the paths, you'll notice various species of plants and the original tracks themselves snaking in and out of view. Number 9. 9/11 Memorial. More than any other city in America, the events of September 11th impacted New York in a way that's still felt today. But rather than linger on the tragedy of the event, the 9/11 Memorial reflects on our healing and growth as a city following the day. A moving piece of artwork called Reflecting Absence, 2 memorial pools stand in the footprint of the towers, surrounding the museum on either side. And around the memorial, you can't help but notice all the amazing new buildings that have been created to rebuild what was lost. The 9/11 Museum is one of these, another must for your visit if you have the time. Number 10. Financial District. Don't let the name fool you. There's so much more to this neighborhood than money. The Financial District has a richer history, pun not intended but kind of nice, than any other neighborhood in New York. While you're in the area, stop and grab a bite to eat at Stone Street, an entire block reminiscent of the Dutch architecture that once covered Lower Manhattan. Easily walkable, full of history, and home to the beginnings of the American government, the Financial District may just be the highlight of your trip. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.